Alright, in this video we're talking about how to multiply and divide decimals. So we're going to start with 1.27 times 0.5. So when you multiply decimals, you don't have to line the decimals up like you would if you're adding or subtracting. So I can just put 1.27 times 0.5, and then I'm just going to multiply like I would if they were just whole numbers. So to start, I'm going to do 5 times 7 is 35. And then next I do 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 would be 13. And then 5 times 1 is 5, but then plus 1 would be 6. Okay, so same thing as if I was just doing whole numbers. But then the difference here is now I need to pay attention to how many numbers are behind the decimals. So because I have 1 decimal place, 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places, I know that my answer has to have 3 numbers behind the decimal. So I can see that there's 1, 2, 3 numbers behind the decimal. So my decimal is going to go right here. Okay, so every time you just count how many numbers are behind the decimal, that's how many go behind over here. All right. So for dividing, again, it's pretty similar to if it's whole numbers, but there's just one step you have to do in the beginning. So first of all, when you have division, you take the first number, and that's the one that goes inside the house, or the dividing sign, and then the second number goes on the outside. So the only thing here is you're not allowed to have decimals on the outside. So if there's ever a decimal here, we have to get rid of it somehow. So if I want to get rid of this decimal, I'm just going to move it one place to the right. So basically I'm just multiplying by 10. But if I do that on the outside, I have to do it to the other number as well, because whatever I do to one number, I should do to the other number. So I move this decimal place 1 to the right, and then this one 1 to the right. And so this turns into the problem 255 divided by 15. Okay, so all I did was just move that decimal place one place over. If there was 2 decimal places here, I'd move that 2 places and then this 2 places, as long as you're doing the same thing to both numbers. Okay, so how many times does 15 go into 2? Well, it doesn't, so let me do 15 into 25, that's only one time. 15 times 1 is 15. And remember, I subtract those and I'm going to get 10. And then I bring down the 5 over here, so I get 105. And then how many times does 15 go into 105? Would be 7. So 15 times 7 is 105. And when I subtract those, I get 0. My answer would just be 17 here. So with multiplying decimals, I just need to make sure in my answer that I adjust where the decimal goes based on the original numbers. And then for dividing, I just need to make sure if there's a decimal in the outside number here, that I have to get rid of it. And that's about it.